Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to another fabulous CB and the Boys radio show. We have got a fabulous hot show tonight with some fire hot topics you don't want to miss. So just sit back and relax and buckle up. It's going to be a thrilling ride on CB and the Boys. So, see you in. George, roll it.
CB Booker, George, Bucker Boy Homie, Roger Hawkins, Mimi Acosta. Let's go! CB and the Boys, Midweek Motivator. Come on, gather around, get the 411, and let's talk about it.
Why, hello, everybody, and welcome to CB and the Boys. I am CB, the nerd with the word. And I got the host in the building. So we got the fabulous Miss Mimi Acosta.
What?
3 seconds in.
Roger Hawkins.
Oh man, what the hell? Y'all killing me already. What's up?
All right, and nerd number 2, George. Road Rage, Biker Boy Home. What's up, George?
Road Rage.
What it do? We already started with the shenanigans.
Right,
This is some bullshit.
We sitting on. Look, we got 12 eyes today instead of 8, so it's all right. Y'all all be spectacled up in this joint.
Hell yeah, we all speckled up.
Hey, that's when you know you get off work and you're like, I gotta take these motherfucking contacts out and get my readers on.
Hey, no, I didn't have no choice but to take my contacts out. It scratched my eye, got all infected and fucked up and shit. I'm over here looking like the elephant man. Every goddamn thing.
Yeah, contacts can be pretty dangerous.
You know what's funny is I'm technically supposed to wear glasses or contacts, but I don't. And again, it's kind of a use it or lose it thing. So I don't. I actually had contacts for a couple of years. I went and got prescriptions and all that, and I did it just to play football. I was playing football. I was a receiver. Wanted to see the ball better. Blah blah blah. But you could tell that I wasn't used to it or good at it, because I would actually have to get to practice or to games like 45 minutes before anybody else. It took me that long to put contacts in. I'm terrible at it. So clearly, once my football career was over, screw them. Forget that shit.
Hey man, I'm gonna need you not to tell that story ever again.
Here's the problem. My best friend will tell you. He'll talk shit on me. It took me, and he's been blind his whole life, so he just does this shit like some people wake up and brush their teeth. Man, I have deep set eyes. They're fairly slanted, and then I got this long ass middle finger instead of my index finger. So my shit's all messed up. So most people do it like this. I'd be in there. I'd break out into a sweat trying to put contacts in. I'd be furious. I'm terrible at it. I could probably fucking rebuild an engine before I could get one contact in. I'm horrible. So there you go. A little bit about me.
All right.
I'm pathetic.
And I need something behind that, okay?
Tell the truth, shame the devil. I know. I'm terrible.
Trey in the house. What's up, Trey?
Little known fact. He sucks at contacts. Yeah. Let's get it.
Y'all know I'm ready to drink.
I know you is.
Let's get it.
Get her done.
You ready?
Let's go.
Here it comes.
Wait
for it.
Famous last words.
Wait for it.
Here it comes.
Come get the 411. And it's Mimi's drink special. Mimi, let them know what you're sipping on.
So tonight I am drinking a sweet red wine by Liberty Creek, and I'm almost finished with the bottle. I got one full glass, and then this bottle was fresh out, okay, before the show started. You stepped into a whole lot, Trey. Get ready for it tonight, honey, because we on fire. So yes, honey. So I got my red wine. I ain't got no straw. Look, I ain't got no
Damn,
straw.
dog.
Hey, look, it is what it is. So, sister, what you over there drinking? You know, we got to move it right along because they don't say that I spent too long with my listen.
Nada, zero.
Not even water?
Zip. Nothing.
No water. Okay, moving right along.
That's trash.
George, what you got, baby?
Well, let's see here.
I'm gonna be looking for it. Hey!
In a past life, he was himself. If opportunity knocks and he's not home, opportunity waits. He gave his father the talk. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends.
I love it.
That
Yes,
shit cracks me
sir.
up. That shit cracks me up.
Yes,
George has got the best
sir.
intro. He's got the best drink.
Those Saki's in the house tonight.
Yes. We're going to be lit. Roger, what you got, baby?
I'm going back. I spent a lot of time when I'm out of the country or town. I don't know why I kind of get on like a gin and tonic kick. So I spent a lot of the weekend doing like light and all that. So I had to slide back into my bourbon. So I'm doing a little bullet bourbon, little bullet frontier. It's actually not too bad, it's not too bad at all. So decent little bourbon, Kentucky straight. So I'm a sippy a little bit to that.
Okay.
And keep it pushing.
I like the
Salud.
sound of that. That's what's up.
Salud.
Salud, papi.
Mm-hmm.
Trey, what you over there drinking, baby?
I mean, you suck.
I got some good stuff.
I told you that. Trey's whack, man. Hey, and I got a sip of little Dutch brothers too. I had earlier.
CB rubbing off on it.
Ooh.
That's exactly what. That's a hell of a rub.
Whack. Man.
No.
Wrong way. She's supposed to rub you and make you want to smoke a cigarette and drink more, Trey, not water. Damn, dog. What's up, man?
Hey. So, what
What
happened was
What you got?
we got a lot of on the 411 tonight. So, kudos to Tristan Thompson. He was granted temporary custody of his younger brother following his mom's sudden death. So, my condolences to the entire family of Tristan Thompson, and I hope that he does the best with his little brother, because his little brother is about to get up on some serious money. He's got some conditions, you know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that that he's gonna do what he's got to do for his little brother. You know, how you guys feel about that?
You know what? Big ups to anybody who takes on like guardianship and things like that of a younger sibling. It is not easy. I mean, I grew up obviously an older brother too. And luckily when that happened to me when I was younger, we still had my grandmother who slid in as my other mother, but you do take that responsibility on. So whenever I hear about people doing that, especially like, when you're young, big ups, man. So good for them. I hope it works out.
Yeah. Anybody got anything else to say about that? No.
Take care of your people.
Had the mother been sick, or what was the backstory on that?
Well, let me see. He was granted. Okay, the sudden tragic passing of the mother. No, they don't say what she died from, and I'm pretty sure it's out there somewhere, but they're not having it on this post. It just says that that he's taking care of his little brother. Amaury is a minor. He has medical conditions that render him unable to take care of himself or seek gainful employment. The documents reported and stated appointing a guardian for Amaury would be in his best interest because it would ensure that someone would be responsible for providing and fulfilling his basic needs. Thompson's statement continued. Further, Amaury is set to receive a modest inheritance from his recently deceased mother, and a guardian wouldn't be able to manage and invest in Mary's inheritance on his behalf. And that's good. You know what I like about this whole thing? That Tristan already has his own money, so it's not like, okay, they done found the cousin who ain't got nothing to take care of him, and now he's gonna get up on all this money. So it's like he has his own money, and then he's taking care of his little brother, who's gonna get all this money too. So it just works out really good. I wish them the best. I really do. Okay, so
I got it. I got an issue.
what?
Jim George. I mean, really? After that?
I might need to play Roger's intro.
Why?
Uh-oh.
Because I'm just saying.
Uh-oh.
I'm about to be a dick.
Ah! Are you
Uh-oh.
taking
What's
that
the
on
issue?
tonight? Oh Lord, what happened?
Why is that news?
What do you
That
mean?
is not the first person to ever. There's somebody, mama died, and then somebody else took the kid, took the sibling.
But when you think celebrity,
Why? What makes that news? Why is
okay,
he
George.
suddenly in the spotlight? Because he did what's been happening for decades.
Well, because I think we're having high hopes that when somebody is in the spotlight and they have money early and young, you know they're gonna fuck it up. You know shit's gonna go left. So I think what we're doing, me and my sis, we're hoping against hope that he breaks that mold and doesn't jack up. You feel me?
But this is the
Because
thing
he's in the
too.
public eye.
Right. This is the thing too, George. You're talking about Tristan, who has baby mama issues. Okay.
So
He's got a lot of issues. He's in the, NFL, oh my God, basketball, whatever. He's playing sports, he's doing all this thing, he's celebrity. So it's like, this happened. Anytime something happens with a celebrity, it becomes news. They fart in a restaurant. Oh my God, somebody smelled it. It's on the news. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Yeah, that part.
I'm just saying. Why is that news? I'm pretty certain.
Well, she passed away in January, and she died of a heart attack unexpectedly in her home in Toronto.
Okay. Thank you, sis. Because I didn't know why she had died. I'm just like, celebrity stuff is happening to people everywhere. It just happened every time something happens to a celebrity parent. It's like, ta-da! It's like, it's
right. But you know the
but
way
that's some normal everyday shit.
Yeah, but of course.
Yeah, but people like gossip, nigga. Cut that shit out. You know people want to hear about the goings on of people that's in the news, in the media. It's because you asshole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not sorry.
Apparently, Khloe Kardashian joined him to comfort him during this tough time.
Listen, well, you know what? I take back what I said earlier. That man is sunk. Anybody that puts the wacky near a Kardashian, their whole life is ruined. Listen, I wouldn't hit one of them with your dick, G, or nobody else. Like I said, your life is over if you.
Oh shit! Did you just say that out loud? Hold on, y'all.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language, which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Like I was saying, if Jesus came down today and said, "My son, the fate of the human race depends on you procreating with one of these hoes," I guess we done, my Lord. You just got to take it up with me later on. I'm not touching them, like I said. Nah, no, sir. Mm-mm.
Anyway, moving right along. So, do you guys know who Kid Cudi is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you guys do, because I really just don't. And so I might be like, somewhere in a bubble, but it's all good. So, So Kid Cudi reveals that he didn't go to see the film Get Out for a year because Daniel Kaluuya, I'm hoping that I'm saying that name right. Daniel Kaluuya, who had the lead role, got the lead role over him, and he says, "I was so salty." After not getting the role, Cudi revealed that he didn't watch the film for a whole year because he was so upset. While answering questions for his fans on Twitter, the Day and Night rapper was asked, "What's one film that you wish you were casted in?" Cudi reported by saying, "I wish I got Get Out." He replied. He continued, "I auditioned, and Jordan was impressed, and I thought I ate that shit up. I was so salty that I didn't get it, that I didn't even go see it in the theater when it came out, and it was popping. I watched it a year later at home. Pissed about that. I was sick, haha. But to be real, Daniel was the best choice, and he's a master and did a phenomenal job." So why even say stuff like that? Like,
exactly.
Anyway, because we come from that world, Roger. So it's like, The best man got it, and why be salty about it?
Yeah, you know how many times any of us can say, "Hey, that was almost me," or "I could have done that." So, like, if you keep it between people like that are kind of in the industry, you can say, "Yeah, I was up for that too." Blah blah blah. But yeah, to come out this late and be bitter, that means he doesn't have anything noteworthy. He's trying to get his face back in the public eye because that's the
Yes.
dumbest shit ever. And Daniel did a fantastic job. And I'm sorry, no disrespect,
Yes.
but you know, Cuddy's, you're a pretty boy rapper. Like you don't fit that mold. Whether he did a good job, you too beige, my guy. You too beige.
Yes.
Like you
Right.
don't fit that mold.
That's one. And two, it's like you doing a movie that seems like took place like eons ago. And then you got all these tattoos on your neck that you're gonna have to now hide, and they're gonna have to find a shirt, and they're gonna have to put makeup.
I mean, but not even that. Makeup is for that. It just that wasn't his role. So if he's a good actor, look, if he is a good actor, and I hope so, I'll guarantee you his role will come. And there are a lot of people that will tell you they thought they were going to hit their big role years before they did. I was 25, and next thing you know, you don't get that lick until you're 35 or beyond.
Or in your 40s. Yeah, it could happen.
It
could happen that way.
Let that shit go, man. Like I said,
I'm with the whole. I'm gonna hit the whole publicity thing statement you said, Raj. Because you gotta remember, this dude until last year he hadn't come out with nothing since like 2009.
That's my point. People are kind of probably like, kid who? Because like they played his song.
He missed a whole generation of people.
Exactly. Right. He literally missed a whole generation. So I can agree with that. That's kind of like saying, okay, you're just trying to get your name back in the public like a lot of people. So yeah, man, have a seat. Have a seat, brother.
Yeah. Okay, so the big thing on the tabloids today is Jeezy and Jeannie Mae.
Dooficker, yeah.
And their little divorce that they got going on right now. And it's really crazy because it says Jeezy reportedly filed divorce from Jeannie Mae due to family values and expectations. No, that chick right there is a controlling something, okay? And she has said it herself. But anyway, does anybody have anything to say about that?
Yeah, because some new things have come to light that rumors or speculations allegedly that she stepped outside the marriage and she was messing around with her co-host Mario Lopez.
I can believe that. Mario's a journeyman Dixman. He's been around.
Ooh, talk about CB and the boys got tea.
But see, the thing is, what cracks me up is, and it is what it is, I feel like celebrities can really only get with other celebrities, and they know it's going to be short-lived. I feel like 99.8% of those are, again, for publicity. So they last for a little bit, gets boring. People need to talk about something, break up to make up. That's why the whole industry is having kids and sleeping with each other and marrying each other, because you can't have a normal existence. So when I hear about entertainers and rappers, athletes, and all that shit, I'm like, who cares?
Well, because in their situation, though, there have been so many things and sound bites that are out there showing that Jeannie Mai prefers white meat over dark meat. She even said on the Real, when they were having a discussion, that she likes dark meat on the side, but white meat keeps her.
I saw that.
Wow! Listen, when people tell you and show you who they are, more fool him for believing her and trying to wife that hoe. That's on him. Your fault.
Believe it.
That's his fault. I can't feel bad. And again, look.
Well, Jeezy recently, he just wrote a book, and it's on the New York bestseller, which is really shout out to Jeezy. Congratulations, guy. But he was in the interview. The guy had to ask him twice, so who do you trust? And then Jeezy said, I don't trust anybody. And so he asked him again. So you don't trust anybody? And Jesus was no. And then the guy said, you don't trust your wife. And then he switched it up. But the thing is, if you have to ask somebody twice to answer a question, then you pretty much already know the answer. When he said no the first time, that was his truth. And he had actually started the divorce process back in June. And I think for him, it was probably gathering more evidence that would stand up in court against her for the infidelity and things like that. In case she started to say, because right now it's getting ugly, and she's trying to say that he used her and then dumped her. And the thing is, he didn't.
Use
I
it for
really
what?
believe that.
What?
Well, I really believe that when they first met, you know, they had a connection, and that he was really feeling her.
But
And
what
I
do you,
think the
He wanted
more,
some of that Asian, whatever she got going on.
yeah, you can
thing.
go to a,
but
you can go
it's
to a
like
whole house.
people are different. There's dating, the dating person, and then there's the person that you marry.
You're right.
And the thing is, you're not gonna see who that true person's colors are until you wife them, because then they feel comfortable to be themselves. If they're a shrew, if they're a bitch or whatever, that's gonna come out after the ring is on.
You know what, baby? For considering you dead on. Whether you've been there or not, you're dead on. I mean, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1,000% true. And so I'm just saying that, based on what you're saying, Mama, I think you're right. I think you.
And George looked like he got some tea, so let's let him play it. George,
You get it. Let me get it.
Oh,
Poppy, put your glasses on over there.
Jeezy and Jeannie Mai Jenkins are calling it quits. According to documents obtained by People, the rapper filed for divorce from the real host in Atlanta, Georgia on Thursday. The former couple had been married for 2.5 years and had a prenuptial agreement in place. Jeezy's filing says that the pair are, quote, currently living in a bona fide state of separation, and their marriage is irretrievably broken with no hope for reconciliation. The document also says that the rapper wants joint legal custody of the pair's daughter, Monaco, whom they welcomed in January of 2022.
So
Jeezy and Jenkins first met on the set of The Real and quietly started dating in November of 2018. They eventually took their romance public in August of the following year before tying the knot in March of 2021. This year, they celebrated their second wedding anniversary with a surprise trip to Vietnam, which Jenkins organized for her husband as a long-awaited adventure. At the time, she told People, quote, when Jeezy and I met, we bonded over the similarities and differences of our cultures. Now that we have a daughter blending our worlds, it gives even more meaning to explore Vietnam together as a multicultural family.
I'm going to just say this. I've seen The Real a couple times, and something about her always grated my damn nerves. Because I feel like, I just feel like, and again, she's a good-looking woman. I mean, I want to say, I guess she's intelligent, and I'm really reaching, and I'm not dissing. I just listen to her, and it's like, sometimes I just want to be like, shut up. Just sit there and be cute. Because she just flies off when think about it. She used to get into it with some of the other co-hosts, and they all do. That's why they have them there. But just because she was so self-righteous about shit, and you can tell like her life ain't really reality, and that irks the hell out of me. So I know she doesn't think that he was using her for celebrity status. Right. And I'm glad they had a prenup, but at the same time, sit the hell down. In 2 years, irretrievably broken and all that. But 2 fucking years. Listen, you know what? I can fake anything for 2 years. A job, a marriage, anything. Get out of here.
Right.
Take care of the kid and keep it pushing. But he shouldn't have taken seriously what she poked at him in fun. He had enough money where he could have taken her for a weekend or something, hit that a few times, and then called her every 6 months. Shit.
Okay. So we moving forward because your segment ain't on yet for you to be saying all this stuff. But that comes later. But check us out. We're moving right along. So
wait.
Yes.
Yeah. I says the toe stepper herself. Roger, I'm getting to your segment. Ain't that a bitch? Carry on.
I'm carrying on. Okay, so Quavo meets with Congress to advocate against gun violence after Takeoff's shooting death. So, of course, he got to clean shit up. So, according to TMZ, Quavo met with some powerful political figures, including Kamala Harris, on Wednesday to discuss how to lower the rate of gun violence during the Congressional Black Caucus Legislative Conference in Washington on Wednesday. I feel like your calling comes at the least expected times, Quavo said. As we previously reported, Quavo shared an interview to his YouTube channel where he opened up about how he's dealing with grieving process since Takeoff's passing. In an interview he shared, I miss him a lot and I love him. He know I love him, and that's what's always Anyway, whatever. I ain't gonna even finish. Okay, so how do y'all feel about that? Do you think that he's just going through a political route just to get what?
Clout.
Clout?
He wasn't doing that before Takeoff got killed.
Right.
He was glorifying that shit. You are not the right advocate, my friend. I mean, I hate that your boy's gone, but I'm not gonna listen to that dude. You the same clown ass motherfucker that was rapping about the same stuff. Why do again? If you glorify it and somebody dies, what do you want?
Right.
I'm not listening.
But the thing is, it doesn't become something that is near and dear to your heart until after it happens to you. For example, the sheriff who's there was a police officer, I forgot what state, but his mother was killed while a perpetrator was fleeing from the police, and they hit his mother and she died. And so now they're starting to call for different laws that pertain to people fleeing from the police and changing legislature about that. So in a sense, until it happens to you, you don't care.
That's not
You
always
hope
true.
it doesn't happen to you,
Well, if
but
you have
until it happens to you, and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about in general, like with the people in the higher ups. If it doesn't affect them,
right,
they don't care.
No, I
But
agree.
when it hits close to home, that's when they start caring. Nobody cared about opiates, nobody cared about drugs until it got into the suburbs. And then the kids were starting to be affected. Nobody really cared until that started to happen. And I know that it's here like that in Arizona. Until it started to happen to them.
Right.
Nobody gave a
You're right. I think you're right 100%. But I'm just saying from a standpoint of people like us that are like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to look at that dude and think of him any differently. You literally made all your money off of glorifying the very thing that hurt you. So you're right, but you're right. People of influence, people in higher positions, you're right. They don't take an active interest until it affects their money, their pocket, or someone at home. But to me, I say, fuck you. Because you know what? Everybody, you're an influential figure. You're a role model. You're all these things. You knew that. And now all of a sudden, I'm supposed to listen to you because you lost your cousin or your nephew? No, no, sir. And I don't want my children to do that either. Thank you. There you go.
Exactly.
You're right, CB. You're 100% right. But it pisses me off because we are not allowed to use our influence for good. Just like, don't even get me on the Rock and Oprah and the whole Hawaii thing. Same thing. Y'all both billionaires and you asking for donations. Both of them can suck a dick too. Because you're wrong. You're dead ass wrong. So yeah, I'm mad. Keep going.
Okay. So let's do that. So on some other news. This Australian chick, right? I don't know what's going on over there. Australian journalist. Okay, let me get the name because I'm going to the post and then I'm going to. Okay. So Australia's ABC journalist Kirsten Drysdale named her newborn baby Methamphetamine Rules.
What?
That is what she called her baby. Okay, that's her baby's name. Okay, and got away with it. Well, for now. Apparently, she named her child after an opioid. Okay, that can cause considerable health adversities and sometimes result in death. As a part of an experiment, mind you, she's using her newborn child as an experiment to see if she can get away or it would be rejected by the New South Wales Birth, Deaths and Marriage Registry. So she wanted to see if she can get away with registering this baby's name like that by naming the child Methamphetamine Rules. And evidently she did.
And the person with the short end of the stick is the child.
It's the child. Right. Like who calls the baby?
Listen.
Like I said, just because you can make a baby and carry a baby does not mean you should be a mother.
Yes.
I hope that baby beats the shit out of her when she gets old
enough. That is true.
Just beats the shit out of her. This is for every year I had to live with this name, you psycho son of a...
Yeah, these people are crazy. So she opted for the name Meth fearing that the person approving the names at the registry wouldn't know what nangs meant and would approve it, killing the experiment, she explained. So this is all just for an experiment. I pray that at some point in the next couple of weeks, this idiot would change the baby's name to a real name, because that's not something you do.
Yeah, that's something people that are on meth do. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You don't just pour that out your ass. She believes in that. She believes in that. And I bet you she's got 3 teeth, 1 in her mouth, 2 in her pocket. That bitch ain't got no teeth. She said.
And I have a very strange feeling that ABC at some point is going to look at that like, okay, we need to send her off to Cuckoo Land and see if she's got something wrong with her head. Like, it's not going to be right for her after this. And if she's doing that for attention, she got all of the attention. Because that's stupid.
She got what she wanted. She's going to name him Meth for short, like Seth and Meth.
Yeah, it's going to be some dumb stuff. Some dumb stuff. Okay, so some other.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Hold
you got some. Let's go.
Yeah. 1 second.
George got the juice.
You know he pulling it up.
Let's go.
Give me 10 seconds. Run to the commercial.
You got it.
Din, 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 din. Din, din. We need the Jeopardy music now.
Yeah. Oh, look at the little size.
So is that little Math right there?
Yeah.
Don't say that like an asshole. And that's clearly not a newborn. That baby's about 17 days old.
No, he came out, honey. He came out with all the, look at him. He just like, hey, what up, people?
Turn it on, and again, about 5 to 10 seconds.
That's dope. But,
Is that the baby? So he was born deaf too? Is that the baby?
Yeah.
So that's little
right,
Math.
Because of meth.
Methamphetamine
rules. What the hell?
Hey, baby, you heard it.
Why?
What?
Baby Meth. Sad.
Okay. We're
stupid.
Moving right along. So.
Okay.
Trey said that's some dumbass shit.
She's a journalist.
100%.
Yeah, see, that's the bad part. Being a journalist and then doing something like that. Like, yeah, she's gonna feel some heat. She's gonna feel some heat. Okay, so this one here, I know what Roger's gonna say. I'm so glad we already put up the disclaimer. So I'm gonna just go right into it. So a man falls to his death 300 feet high while crossing a mountain ladder. So the Dachstein Mountains, located in Styria, Austria, offer a legendary natural scenery and panoramic, let me get these words right, Mimi, views of the mountain peaks of the country. Standing at 2,700 meters, it is the highest mountain in Styria and provides a challenging yet rewarding experience for hikers and mountaineers. However, it is essential for visitors to exercise caution and adhere to safety guidelines while exploring these majestic peaks. Well, he fell to his majestic death. That's terrible. Anyway, yeah. Okay, moving right along.
Yeah, God's will has been done. What do you want?
Right.
You went out. I mean, you went out there. Shit.
That's what you get. That's what happens.
Wanted a closer look. He got it.
Yes.
Hey, but look. See, I don't get it.
Did you find something?
I don't get it, because I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, we know who does this kind of shit.
You know, we ain't got to say no name, point no fingers.
See, this is the bullshit. Look at this. Right. Okay. Yes.
Slipping off the ladder bridge.
He was trying to get the perfect shot.
You got it.
Aye.
And the ladder bridge goes up. Ooh.
The climb is done in 4 stages.
But that's what they say. Adrenaline junkies, they have
Not
to keep
ideal for beginners.
I mean,
What on God's green earth would possess you
to do something like that? So this is the thing. It says in his case, a ladder crossing proved fatal for a tourist who sought the perfect photo opportunity. So he was out there doing the most. Had to have been. He's taking a picture of his own, probably whether he's got a drone flying or whatever. He's looking for the perfect pic, and now you plummet to your death. Well,
he could have just sent his drone out there, taken the picture, and sent
Right.
the drone back to him.
but that
safely
does,
from
that
the
doesn't
ground.
provide the adrenaline
Yeah.
that they look for. You know what I'm saying? It just
Yes.
doesn't. They don't. I guess.
okay, so I'm moving right along, guys. So a Texas man has been accused of murdering. He got pushed off. Trey.
By who? He was up the
Trey is running competition with Roger and talking shit. That's what's going on.
Hey, challenge accepted, baby. Go get him, Trey. Go get him.
So a Texas man is accused of murdering 22 elderly women. He was reportedly killed by his cellmate. But of course he was. And this is in, oh yeah. So Bill Schmermer, God, these people got names. The Texas prisoner accused of killing 22-year-old woman has been found dead in his cell, serving a life sentence for his horrendous crimes. His demise came at the hands of his own cellmate, according to the reports. The attack, sources say, occurred while a rare statewide lockdown of the Texas prison, which was implemented due to a surge in drug-related killings. The identity of Schmermer's cellmate and the method of his death have not yet been disclosed. Of course not. With the law enforcement officer.
My name was Shamurmur. I'd do something stupid too.
Anyway, the circumstances surrounding Schmermer's death raised many questions about the safety and security within the prison system in Texas. No, because if you put a fucking serial killer next to me in the same cell and I'm been there for maybe stealing or some shit, then I'm gonna have a whole problem with that. You run around killing elderly women, 22 of them, and you put them in there with me.
What's the difference? A crime is a crime, right?
Yeah, but ain't no telling what was happening in that cell. Something had to been said for that to happen.
Hey, it's jail. It ain't fucking Club Med. It's jail. So,
right.
It's not even jail. It's prison. Big difference.
Yes. Okay, so
you been to?
So moving right along, because I'm
not the last one. Not the
so
latter.
check this out. So I don't know why this happened, but we're gonna figure it out in a second. Tracy Cole, who is the great nephew of jazz legend Nat King Cole, was stabbed to death. Why in Atlanta?
What?
So according to Atlanta Police Department officials, says that Tracy was taken to Grady Memorial Hospital after 2 a.m. on Thursday after he'd been found at an apartment complex. He was later pronounced dead, succumbing to multiple stab wounds. Family members says that Tracy lived at the apartments across from the Civil and Human Rights Museum, along with his girlfriend and 7-year-old son. The funeral is set for September the 25th. Additionally, it is reported that Tracy was well known in the cigar and music community. On social media, he was extremely active and promoted his passion and business as a cigar salesman. He also worked part-time at the Fellowship Cigar Lounge in downtown Atlanta, as well as the Cigar City Club in Sandy Springs. As mentioned, Tracy Cole comes from the great line of musical royalty. Rest
Natalie
in peace.
Cole is his mother.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
That is really sad.
That's pretty bad.
It transcended race. It transcended class. Tracy made a friend of everyone.
Tracy Cole's life came to a tragic end Thursday morning. The 31-year-old was stabbed multiple times at around 2 a.m. here on the 300 block of Centennial Olympic Park Drive. Medics rushed him to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Atlanta native was born into a legendary musical family. He was the great nephew of jazz singer Nat King Cole. He traveled the world with his late grandfather, jazz great Freddie Cole.
His travels with his grandfather. I mean, they've traveled around the world together, and so people know Tracy everywhere.
The Cole family are longtime members of Cascade United Methodist Church in Atlanta. Senior pastor Kevin Muriel shared fond memories of the young man who was larger than life.
He was family, and he was more than, just a young man in the community. He was, that child who walked the floors and the aisles of the church. He, just always brought with him an abundance of joy everywhere he went.
Cole was a fixture in the Atlanta cigar community and most recently worked at the Cigar City Club in Sandy Springs. The group held a virtual vigil in Cole's honor Thursday night as police continue the search for his killer.
We've got to come together and stop this violence because so many of our young men and women are being taken far too soon. He had so much more ahead of him and was doing wonderful things. And again, we're just heartbroken about this.
That's sad. And let me make a correction. He is not the son of Natalie Cole. So I was mistaken on that. He was his Nat King Cole's nephew. So yeah. So Natalie Cole's son is still with us.
Okay.
Okay.
It's all of them haters are jealous. See, yeah, that's what's going on. So there is I have like a last 411, guys, but it's crazy because the information that I got on my phone is not the information that I actually wrote down. But I'm gonna say this anyway because Georgia's gonna probably find it because this shit is sickening. But I gotta say it, like I gotta share this. So there's a viral TikTok that shows a police officer accusing an 11-year-old girl of making a porn after the dad calls 911 over the child predator. So I am hoping that you can find it because I was actually and it was showing in different parts in Instagram, and I couldn't really like get into the video because we were about to start the show, and I just really wanted to get this last one in for real. But it really did bother me because I'm like, what 11-year-old child is online doing a porn video? So from what they're saying, it was the predator that was making her do whatever she was doing. But 11, she's a baby.
Pedophiles, they don't care. The younger, the better for them.
Sadly, yeah.
That is some sick stuff, man.
I mean, you can keep going on and on. And the thing is, this shit's been around forever, but it's just coming to light because of things like TV shows and internet and stuff like that. And it's really just, it's a lot,
But the thing too is like a lot of these police officers are just on some shit, like for real. Like they just really don't care. Like there's some of them out here that really just
they don't have to.
Yeah,
they don't have to. They think they're above the law that they're supposed to represent, and they wonder why people have a problem. I mean, there's a lot of reasons we do, but
yes. George, you got something?
Yeah.
I think that's what I saw earlier. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she could probably get charged with child porn.
Who, she can? She's 11 years old.
She's creating it, right?
She's 11 years old.
A man in Columbus, Ohio, posts a video on TikTok that he says shows police acting as if his young daughter could be prosecuted for making child porn after a man asked her to send naked photos. Now the chief of police is apologizing to the girl's family. Thanks for joining us here on Law and Crime. I'm Anjanette Levy. The video was posted 3 days ago to TikTok. It's from a home surveillance camera system. The father typed on the video that his 11-year-old daughter was the victim of a predator who convinced her to send photos of herself to him. The caption claims that he called police at 6 p.m., but they didn't show up until midnight, and this is what happened.
Hi.
Yeah, she's in bed now. She's already asleep.
Well, it still happened though, right?
Yeah. I just the whole point. I just wanted you guys to come over and talk to her. I mean, I just want her to realize what this was. I mean, in reality, it's not much you guys probably can do about it, is there?
I mean, she could probably get charged with child porn.
Who, she can? She's 11 years old.
She's creating it, right?
She's 11 years old.
Doesn't matter. She's still making porn.
No, she's not. She's being
manipulated by
adults on the
Is she
internet.
taking pictures of?
You guys have a nice evening.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. Are you serious? Have a nice evening.
That interaction did not sit well with the 11-year-old girl's father or the Columbus Police Chief, Elaine Bryant. Chief Bryant issued the following statement to Law and Crime. My expectation is that our officers treat every victim of crime with compassion, decency, and dignity. What I saw in that video did not reflect that, which is why we referred this case to the Inspector General. I want to make clear, this incident does not reflect the division as a whole. Our officers do outstanding work to bring comfort and justice to victims every day. As soon as we learned of this incident, we immediately reached out to the father to apologize and to assure him that this matter was being fully investigated, both the actions of this officer and, more importantly, any crime committed against his child. A child would not typically be viewed as someone who committed a crime in a situation such as this one. We will keep you posted on what happens next. For Law and Crime, I'm Anjanette.
That's crazy.
You know, and the officers just treating that like it ain't nothing, like an 11-year-old. No, I would have been all like, no, wake this baby up. Let's have a conversation. Where did this predator come from? Has she ever met him before? Like,
why are you doing what you're doing? You need to find out why this kid is okay doing that. You know how hard it is for, well, used to be, for people that young to actually be, that's
act on some shit like that.
Yeah, that's an adult movement. But you're going to come talk shit about you can arrest a kid, but what about the predator? You want to know why too many of these old dirty bastards that are cops and judges and all that are the ones soliciting these kids? That's why they're not worried about that. You're going to come in here and arrest my 11-year-old. Come on. Can we make it out? Make it out. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Not that it would stick, but the fact that you would even make your mouth say that shit to me. We could actually arrest you. Shut your ignorant ass up and get out of my door.
Right. So now that we know how Roger feels, guys, that is it for my 411. Does anybody have 411s of their own?
I do. Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert was recently ejected and escorted out of the Buell Theater in Colorado for lewd, lascivious behavior during the Beetlejuice show. And she was caught vaping, where she is an advocate against vaping. Make that make sense. And her companion was filling her up during the show, and she was jacking him off during the performance.
Alrighty.
And all of this is caught on camera.
Yay.
So,
so what was in the vape pen?
Meth.
Things that make you go,
For sure.
I'm just saying.
They were having a good time. Why y'all up in their business? Dang.
Yeah.
Because Beetlejuice is a show that's for all ages. So if this woman is advocating, saying that, you know, a drag show, a drag queen reading a book to a child is an abomination or a sin or some bullshit, then jacking off your partner during a show where kids could be around.
So
they supposed to have their eyes to the front.
So she's into voyeurism.
They supposed to have their eyes looking forward, not at his banana.
So what happens?
Her shit down here. All you see is her shoulder moving. You shouldn't see shit else. Y'all should be looking at Beetlejuice. Be like that sometimes.
Oh well.
It just shows the hypocrisy that these people have. It's just, it's insane to me.
I'm totally against it. Let me go do it.
Right. And be filmed on camera doing it. And then her team says, oh, she would never do it.
Trey, why would you do that?
So Trey, you said
her husband. She and her husband are going through a divorce. So whether he's her side or not. But what is even funnier is that her companion runs a bar that is gay friendly. So he has no problem with the LGBTQ community. Yet he's out with someone who does in the public have a problem with LGBTQ and all that. And she's such a hypocrite. And the fact that she was vaping during a show, one, No one can do that. You can't vape. You know, it was just insane to me how she
they're
felt
both
that she
hypocrites. They
could get
belong
away with it.
together. And you know what? Look, they found a place where they can go have some fun, and they did. And now she's, you know,
Really? Beetlejuice?
hey.
Beetlejuice. That's what they went to
but
see.
that was wrong. Period. It was wrong. One, to vape around people when you're not supposed to, and two, to do lewd behavior where children are around is definitely not okay.
You're such a virgin.
You know,
Lewd is my kind of behavior, just not at Beetlejuice.
Right. Well, not at Beetlejuice where it's, you know, for all ages. Rated G.
I try not to be where children are after like 7 o'clock anyway. So whatever.
Vaping is not good.
Yeah, they're killjoy. So there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's why, you know, ain't no reason to be at Disneyland.
I say no to vaping and cigarettes.
Yeah, George, me too. And don't drink. If you don't have enough to share,
a Bobert.
If you don't have enough to share with the rest of the class.
Right. Exactly that part. Anyway, so moving right along. Anybody else got 411?
Did you, yeah, I got one. Did you see? It's kind of going to carry into mine here in a minute, but did you see again where there was an Alabama school band director, look like us, who was tased for directing the school band? So now, mind you, a week or two ago, a whole wedding party beat the dog shit out of a couple of cops, but they look pretty pudgy, squishy, and pathetic. But these cops came and tased a brother for doing his job. It was Alabama, go figure. But you guys get what I'm getting at. Literally, they just came to the band, said, stop playing immediately. He goes, I'm doing my job. They said, we're going to take you to jail. He says, thumbs up, do your thing. And they tased the shit out of him. Haven't quite figured out the why of it. I don't know if he looked like someone else or if they it just goes to show there is nothing that we can do that is safe. You could be literally saving babies from drowning and they would find a reason to 86 one of us. So it just, I thought that was interesting, but you know, messed up. A couple of weeks ago, these people are fighting. The wedding party fights police. This brother gets tased for doing nothing. So,
George found something. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Morning, some viewers may find this footage disturbing. In this clip, you can see at least 3 officers surrounding the band director after Thursday night's game. They say they asked that director to get the band to stop playing music, but he refused. That's when the video shows him being hit with what appears to be a stun gun several times by one officer and then placed in handcuffs. That band director was then arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, harassment, and resisting arrest. NBC News correspondent Blaine Alexander is following this story for us. So, Blaine, what more do we know here about what happened, and what are we hearing from all of the involved parties, the band director, the police, the school?
Well, Clay, I just finished speaking with that band director. He said that he has gone to a doctor's appointment to kind of check up on basically his health after the tasing incident. But he says that he's traumatized by what happens. But more importantly, to his point, he says that his students are traumatized by watching all of this happen. So I'll start with what police are saying. Police are saying that it all unfolded after a football game last week where the police told both band directors to stop their bands from playing. They say that this band director, Johnny Mims, who was part of the visiting team, did not stop. They tried to get him to do so, and that's when things escalated, that he resisted putting his hands behind his back, according to police, and so that's what led to the tasing incident. But when I spoke with Mr. Mims, he said that this was part of a planned arrangement between the two bands, something that's typically known almost as the fifth quarter. They expect the bands to keep playing for several rounds between the two of them as the crowds begin to leave the stadium. He said it was nothing unusual, nothing out of the ordinary from what they typically do. In fact, he had coordinated with the other band director as well. So he says that when officers came up to him, he was on the podium, he was directing, and he said that he told them, this is our last song, we're going to stop after this. But then he told me what happened next. Take a look.
Before I know it, I did see the officer tase me. I went down, and after that point, I was tased additional 2 more times by the same officer and then a different officer. At this point, I mean, I can't even remember after that point because I was so stunned and so baffled. All I remember is hearing all of my students screaming, all of the parents crying.
So there are a number of investigations into this, Sinclair. The school district is doing its own. Birmingham Police Department also investigating, having an internal investigation there. We understand that Mr. Mims is placed on administrative leave, as is procedure during incidents like this, during investigations like this. And his attorney is asking that the officers involved be placed on leave as well. We're going to hear more from the band director and his supporters tomorrow during a press conference tomorrow morning. Sinclair.
All right. Well, we know you'll stay on this. A really important story. Blaine Alexander, thank you very much.
Gotta love it, right? Gotta love it. All
Are
right.
you serious right now?
Dead ass, brother. Dead ass.
Tase the man for playing music.
Just any excuse, man. Any excuse. It's I don't know. My solutions. I'll have
They
to
must
keep
not like the song.
Yeah,
legal
Trey,
purposes.
it's not just in Alabama, it's everywhere. They're assholes everywhere.
So we might as well get into my segment because I got some more of that shit too, along those same lines. So yeah, you know,
Let's go.
go on, hit me with it real quick. Like I only got a few.
With the don't be a dick segment.
No, I'm a dick
Or
on
the-
everything. I actually got a little bit of sports today. I'll find something to be a dick about before we're done, though. You know,
All right.
can't.
Yo, let's get it. Sports and fitness with Roger Hawkins.
Oh yeah, no. So we talking sports again real quick. I'm probably going to harp on this as much this year as I am going to be about my boys, the Chefs. I got to start out by talking about Buffalo or the Colorado Buffaloes because Coach Prime is there. You know, for those that been under a rock and all that shit, Deion Sanders is turning football upside down, and I'm here for it with his country ass.
Yes.
Lord have mercy, that man country. He country with a fucking K. But I love it. I love it. First and foremost, he's the best cover corner to ever breathe. Anybody want to debate me on that, we can get down. That being said, I love what this man does outside of that. He's got a heart as big as I don't know what, because he takes these boys in, adopts them, treats them like his own son. If they need to live with him, he really turns them into something. But he's big on making them men, making them stand-up citizens. I really, you know what, love him and hate him as a player because of how good he was. You got to give him his props. Now, that being said, but he got white folks confused. They don't know what to do because you know they hated him all through his football careers. But he is doing something to Colorado that ain't happened since Cordell Stewart was there. I mean, they can't stand it. I hate this coon, but my God, we're good. So
Every team he's touched, what you mean?
has turned
Not just
to gold.
Colorado.
You're right. Every team he's touched has turned to gold. When he played for the Falcons, the 49ers, the Cowboys, whether you hated him or not, you will go watch Prime. He's doing the same thing in college football. And I'm really proud because he cares about them being great young men. So enough of that part of the soapbox. I will say they knocked off Colorado State this past weekend. And the only reason I don't even follow college football, but the thing is, if you guys have ever seen Remember the Titans or any movie like that, you know the racial undertones came to the forefront. So Colorado State's coach, who's a dickhead, tried to make an underhanded shot at Deion, talking about, you know, my mother taught me to take my glasses and hat off when I talk to an adult, because Deion just ran up, shook his hand, did whatever, left it all alone. So he got his little feelings hurt. So then they were actually went into double overtime, and Colorado won. So that pissed everybody off because they weren't supposed to. They're 3-0 now. They won one game last year. Now they're undefeated right now. So, but the one thing I'll say, since talking about the tasing, so, you know, Colorado has the best two-way player in the whole country. It's a kid named Travis Hunter. This kid is the show shot shit. He's the boss. But this other kid, and I'm senior safety, his name is Henry Blackburn, and I'm sorry, but he's an asshole. Everybody knows he's a dirty player. He performed an illegal hit. he knocked Hunter out of the game for a couple of weeks, and I mean it was blatant.
Hmm.
And he really hurt him. He knocked the shit out of him. I think he like has a liver laceration and maybe even a couple of ribs out of place. Now, what pissed me off the most was if you watch the video when he got done, and everybody knew it was a late hit. He knew he put that boy out of that game. This kid's going to go to the league. I mean, he's that good. But the guy, the safety, Henry Blackburn, walks over and slaps hands with his teammate and all that. Here's the thing. I don't normally wish bad shit on people, and I don't want their kid to die or anything like that. But fuck it. If he gets clipped by a bus or gets his foot run over by a car, I don't care. It reminds me so much of that dirty shit. Remember the Titans and all the other football movies? Like, I really want their kids' knee to get dislocated or some shit like that. I don't need him to die because he's young. But I hope that God, his arm gets dislocated or some shit like that happens. Fuck that guy. I don't like dirty players. Beat me, don't cheat me. So anyway, that's my rant about that. And I don't care who's mad. So Coach Prime is doing his thing. You got if you get it, George, pull up the hit.
I got something for you. Hold on.
Okay, it's super dirty. And here's the thing: if that was my son, I would have been on the field because I've seen fathers rush wrestling matches and tackle the other kid for doing dirty stuff to their kid. Like, we don't play about our kids. I know mothers get mad and yell, but fathers fucking fight. And he could have really ended his kid's career. So anyway, if G's got the clip, watch this. Dirty, real dirty.
Let's see what they got.
Just executing sound fundamentals. Got to look at Sean Lewis, the offensive coordinator, moment ago downfield. Incomplete, but a flag down intended for Hunter,
right here,
who took a shot afterwards.
Number 11. Look at this. Yeah, pussy, you hit
by
my
Henry
team.
Blackburn. And now some words, Shadur Sanders coming to the aid of his number one target there. Penalties, the pass interference first there, and then the late hit by Henry Blackburn.
He's out for at least 3 weeks.
And Hunter, who plays on both sides of the football, and Shadur is letting Blackburn know about it. Yeah.
I hope he gets burned by somebody. Yeah. See,
Man,
that shit's awful.
So apparently this kid's been receiving death threats because of that.
Oh well. I mean, they don't need to get carried out, but if his car gets trashed and his girlfriend gets terrorized and his parents can't sleep, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, don't do that. I don't, because again, we can't be just good. Hunter, well managed. He speaks well in front of he handles the pressure of media. He does everything that you're supposed to do. Upstanding young man. Dion doesn't play that stuff. I mean, he's Coach Prime. His sons can't call him dad on the field. He's Coach Prime. Like, he's straight laced like that. And he'll tell you, Travis Hunter's the best player I've got. He's got 2 sons on that team. There's something about a man who's like, I am a straight shooter. And then you want to do dirty stuff because you have to find a way to try to win. And so, you know what? I hope Colorado State doesn't win another game for the next 6 fucking years. I mean, I just don't like cheaters. You don't have to. If you can't beat me, get better. Anyway.
Right.
So that pisses me off. But I love that people are just eating their words. Now, here's what I will say. Deion's son, I'm glad college players are getting paid. Why did this boy go and buy a Rolls Royce the other day? I said, damn, we take 2 steps forward, you take 1 back. And I know Deion's kind of like this. He's kind of like, Jesus. Because he was one of the first college players to really get a major deal. He's one of the first, like, 10 or 12 or whatever. He bought it wasn't a Phantom. It was, I'll have to think of it later. Anyway, and Deion was like, are you kidding me? But I like what he did. So before anybody out there takes it out of context, because they were like, Tom Brady tells Shadur Sanders to take his ass to film and all that. He said that, but it was jokingly. He was serious, but he wasn't like trying to downplay him or nothing like that. Because Trey said, now Trey does have a point. I got to show you this. Trey does have a point, like father, like son. For those of y'all that are too young to really know the real, before he was prime time, he was Neon Deion, and then he was prime time at Florida State. The boy he was nothing but flash and talk and all that. So it is like father, like son, but it's like, come on, man. So anyway, Deion and Tom Brady are actually cool. Now, as much as I can't stand the guy, he is somebody to have in your corner. Tom Brady, that is. And he told Shador, come on, man, get your ass out of the car and get into the room and study film. So everybody was ha laughing. So don't people be out there getting butt hurt talking about Tom Brady was talking shit to Shador. But anyway, he did that. So, good luck to them the rest of the season. I don't like college football. I will absolutely follow. On to my boys. Now, the Chiefs are defensively looking pretty good this year, moving pretty well. Get a few more parts in. We did get Jones signed, and he played pretty well this past week. They're not firing on all cylinders, but it is what it is. They got to come along. We've got some injuries, some kind of key injuries. Pacheco, running back, is kind of banged up a little bit. Kadarius Toney, who's not a factor right now but needs to be, is also a little bit banged up. That kid's on borrowed time if he keeps on dropping and fumbling. He ain't gonna make it. By the 8-week deadline, if he's not doing anything, he's gonna be gone by 8 weeks. There are a few more players, but anyway, they're doing pretty well. I don't know if you guys saw Patrick restructured his deal again. Now, here's what I'm gonna say about this. I'm all for these players getting their money because you do sacrifice your body, but it's become a circus. I'm over people going, he's the highest paid so-and-so. Everybody wants to be the highest paid player at their position, and it's detracting from the game. I think there's got to be an end somewhere, or eventually football is going to implode. It's just going to implode. I hate to be like that, but you can't keep giving everybody $500 million. You can't keep giving everybody $200 million. I mean, eventually the whole system's going to just implode because nobody's going to be able to afford to pay to go see him. So that being said, big ups to Patrick. He's actually getting flat out like 221 guaranteed million, which I'm not saying he doesn't deserve, but I'm saying, and they did that, I'm sure, to get Chris Jones and other people signed. But this whole everybody has to be the highest paid at their position, it's getting ridiculous, man. It really is. But hey,
yeah, because I'm gonna tell you now. In my opinion, Chris Jones, he's a bad boy, but you ain't no Derek Thomas. You're not a $30 million. You're not a $30 million game player.
But he's already making $19 million. I don't see why he was complaining about $19 million.
Right. Yeah, you're going to come along and ask for maybe 22, 24, even 25, 30. You ain't no $30 million player. You're a bad boy, but you're not. I'm sorry.
But the thing is, if you look at the fact that people feel like he's a difference maker when he's on the field, I think that's just it. And I think because here's the deal. For people that don't know, you have what's called a rookie contract, which is usually right around 3 years, sometimes 5. That being said, you get minimum. They don't have to pay you shit. So let's say you make a couple million if you're lucky over your first 3 years. Well, if you prove yourself after that, that part right there, Trey, it's really a kid's. You're playing a game, but your body is at stake. Don't get me wrong. It's lethal. It's life-changing, and we get that, but it is still a game. And so I think after that rookie contract, these players that are like, look, I helped you get here. They're like, they want to go back and recoup all the money they didn't get the first few years, and they kind of get greedy. Everybody does it. So that's kind of where we are. But,
what? He lucky I'm not the motherfucker made them goddamn decisions. Because when they redid his contract and he got his $3 million back that he lost for not being playing in the first game, not playing in the preseason, not coming to practice, all those fines he got, they could put that $3 million right back in his contract. As soon as his motherfucking people had to say that to me, I'd have been like, you know what? You go fuck yourself.
Okay.
Really, George. So tell us how you
yourself.
George.
You didn't show up.
Sure.
You know
you
signed a contract. You got the fine. Fuck you. We can do this, but if you want that shit back, go fuck yourself.
Oh, right.
I agree. 100%. I agree.
But okay, so all that to say, so he knows he's got to produce from here on out. You've got to produce, and I think he will, because if you get like everybody else and get soft, that's going to ruin you. Because we know NFL players, which goes back to kind of what Prime said. He said he'll never coach in the NFL because he knows NFL players are already making money. They don't have any incentive to give you their best. College kids do, and that makes a lot of sense. Nick Saban thinks like that. A lot of the guys who came from the league back to college are like that. So I'll definitely agree with that. back to football on kind of a sadder note, and this is interesting. I think this story is going to unfold. Sergio Brown used to play for the Patriots, and he kind of disappeared for a little bit. And then and then he popped back up, and there was all this speculation. His mom disappeared, and everybody was coming up with all these reasons why. Come to find out, she did die. She's deceased, and they found her body. But the story keeps changing, so I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if they're thinking he's got mental illness because he's made a couple of weird posts. And he mentions the FBI getting involved, and the FBI is to blame for his mom's death. And he took off and went to I don't know if it's Puerto Rico or somewhere. It's kind of weird. I read a little bit of the story. It's kind of unfolding, but I can only imagine what it's like trying to come back to your normal life after something like that happens. You know what I mean? You have to keep going. It's just interesting. I think some more is going to come out, but you know what? That brother probably needs uplifting. It doesn't matter what the cause is unless he is the cause. I'm not starting rumors. I'm just saying, like, it just seems like a lot's going on with him. It's really weird. It's kind of Antonio Brownish in some ways. So, well, his name is Brown, by the way, Sergio Brown. So, and I'm sure they're not related, I hope. But anyway, that's pretty much it for sports. I just, we're talking football a little bit. Oh, I guess I got to shout out the Las Vegas Aces because I don't support a lot of sports teams here other than the Knights. But the girls are doing their thing again. So shout out to them. Handle your business. And that's about it. That's about it.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
That part. Bam.
Sis, what you got?
That's good stuff.
We got movies tonight?
No.
She said, no. You ain't got no drink. Peanut butter, no jelly, and you ain't got shit.
No sugar. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. You ain't got
rain,
shit.
no umbrella. I know. Life's tough. Get a helmet.
What the hell did you just say?
What?
Hey, we need that something about Mary Meme where you like Franks and beans. That's what this motherfucker right here. Fucking
That's like saying life's tough, get a condom. Like what? What the hell?
Hey, listen.
Okay.
Wow.
Alrighty, so I'm moving right along.
Wow.
Right. What in holy hell is that? Right.
Yes, Trey. I feel the same way.
Right. We all kind of like.
Oh Lord.
So anyway.
All I can say is wow.
Right. So go ahead and float into CB. Give us the breakdown. We're gonna start out. We're really just kind of we've been brainstorming, just going over it. So
hold on. Wait a minute. Oh!
What just happened?
Bring him back.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm gonna need 10 push-ups out of you, young man.
I'm sorry. All right, I've been waiting. I'm sorry.
It's been like 3-4 weeks in a row. Yeah, I just be like,
I know.
Right to the next.
I've been waiting. I'm sorry. I love it. He didn't tell me.
Yeah. He lied. I thought he said he liked this segment. He couldn't wait for it. It's a lie. All right, worthless information. Let's see what we got. The opposite sides of die will always add up to 7. A dentist invented the electric chair. Barbie's full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts. The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. The cubic inch of human bone can bear the weight of 5 standard pickup trucks. sweat doesn't smell bad. The only domestic animal not mentioned in the Bible is the cat. 35% of the people who use personal ads or online apps for dating are married. In old Christian art, good angels are red and Satan was blue. Ketchup was used as medicine in the early 1800s. And every time you lick a stamp, you consume 1/10 of a calorie. There's your worthless information.
Who mails anything anymore? When was the last time you saw?
I did today. So I had to actually, yes. Okay, so check this out, because you guys know that if you're mailing stuff to the Virgin Islands is special. That's all I'm gonna say.
I should have said, who that ain't a nana doesn't lick stamps and mail shit. Don't nobody keep goddamn stamps for grandmas.
Yeah, I had a really interesting experience today because I went to try to get it. You know how you go to the post office, you might try to get like a piece of tape to put over just to reinforce your shit. So I went to the counter and I asked for a piece of tape. She was like, okay, well, we don't give out tape if you're just sending something out. And I was just like, okay, this is the post office. I'm using your service to send something out. I just need a piece of tape to reinforce this because I see like the little edges is lifting. She's like, okay, that's okay. If you want tape, like there's tape on the wall. It's $3.99 for the tape. And then she showed me the tape, you know, like the whole little thing where you put the tape in and it was empty. So she's like, it's empty for a reason. Like we don't sell tape. We sell it, the ones on the wall. I was just like, man, thank you so much. Had a good day. I had to say a prayer over my letter with all my stamps on it to make sure it gets to the islands. And I just dumped it in there and I just walked away. I was just like, you know what? I had my moment. I had not been to the post office mailing anything in so long that when I did it today, it felt weird.
I actually,
you consumed a calorie. 1/10 of a calorie.
Well, I didn't have to lick the envelope though, because it was one of those with the little strip. But it just, to me, it just wasn't enough. Like, anyway.
So you licked the strip?
I haven't been to a post office probably since 2017, honestly.
Yeah, it felt weird going to, like, when I walked in, I was like, where's everything at? Like, okay, I'm going to this counter.
Where's everything at?
And then there's like this little counter on the right-hand side, but there's the guy for the passport. So I'm like, okay, let me just go where I'm going.
All right. So I got a question. So if cats are the only animal not mentioned in the Bible, does that mean there wasn't two of them on the ark? And if not, then where'd they come from?
They were made.
Aquarium might want to know. And were there fleas? I'm just asking. You gotta ask.
These people, right?
I'm just saying.
Who the fuck invented the platypus? You really think they had two of those? I'm just saying. Do your homework, people. Do your homework.
That shit was just made. It was just created.
That actually is a good question. When you think about it.
I mean, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, real talk. Because you know they're not native to certain areas, and like Egypt ain't one of them. So I'm just saying. And quite frankly, who had room for the motherfucking Brontosaurus burgers? I mean, think about it. Think about it. Ain't had no Velociraptor on no ark. Everything gone. Y'all seen Jurassic Park?
And I'm wondering, what did ketchup cure?
Nothing. That's why they put on their burgers. That shit might have cured scurvy. That's about it. Shit, that's about it.
Wow.
Wow. It's how many like novelty items that we like condiments and
That is a very good
like that used to be medicine. Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola, ketchup, all of that was thought to be medication once upon a time, and then they realized this shit doesn't work, but it tastes good, and then here we are. Like that happened with a lot.
Yeah,
that was a really good question, though. You know, like that's one of those things that make you say,
Play. I wish we had the song.
Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Who was the science? He was a scientist that decided to figure out that sweat doesn't really smell bad.
I guess someone who smelled someone is like, that doesn't smell.
Well, you know,
bad.
when everyone has their own body chemistry, it's almost like when you put like, perfume or cologne on your skin,
Well,
and
yeah.
people will, they smell different because of the chemistry. So it's like the
Pheromones.
same thing with sweat. It's like, it's not that the sweat is stink, it's like your body is stink.
Well, who you know you got that many stinky people? No, it's pheromones. Your hormones and things like that tend to mix with it, but as a rule, it's not the sweat itself. It's
Right.
When you have a
It's the
partner,
motherfucker that didn't take a bath.
there you go.
Hold on a
But-
second. Hold on a second. Let's listen to CB with this partner question. Go, partner thing. Go.
I was gonna say, it's like, you have your partner. If you have them eat certain foods, then it definitely it makes the spunk taste a lot better. So
okay.
if you have them eating fruits and things that are sweet, it definitely makes a difference with the spunk.
According to who? How you know? How you know? Hey,
How do I know?
Secrets don't make friends. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
I speak from experience.
Really? Is that right?
So we supposed to be talking about something tonight, guys. We got like
Well, shit. It's leading
like
up to
5
that.
minutes.
Hey, CB talking about all kind. Hey, it's leading right up to that right now because everybody we about to talk about, rest assured, they know what somebody else had for lunch and for dinner.
Hey, Izzy, how you doing, sweetheart? Stank is stank. Laughing out loud. What's up, Mimi? What's up, baby?
That should be a whole word.
Well, if they know that if you got funky spunk, you know why you got funky spunk. And then there's those that don't have funky spunk, and the spunk is sweet and like nectar, and it's just wonderful and delicious. And yeah.
Listen, I'm never going to know, and I appreciate that. That lets you know. Really, George? Really?
Oh, Lord. The bullshit. Here we go. Oh my gosh.
So
and to our listeners, that wasn't a music break. That's not our sound.
That was George ketchup and shit.
So apparently ketchup cures diarrhea. Did you read it?
I
That's
did.
what it says.
I did. Diarrhea, jaundice, and indigestion, and all kind of other good shit. Okay.
So next time you have diarrhea issue,
get some
drink
fries
ketchup.
ketchup. You sure right. Okay.
Ain't nobody saying anything about no fries and ketchup, Roger.
George, I don't even eat ketchup, but listen.
We have 15 minutes to talk about our topic tonight.
All right, we talking about hoes. So here we go. Anyway, because they playing around. So let's kick it, because y'all know it's like that.
So the topic was supposed to be.
The topic is.
The topic. It's really not a topic.
Yeah, Mimi.
What we were supposed to talk about, what we're going to talk about for the next 15 minutes, is when did ladies descend from thoughts? And by thoughts, I mean good thoughts, happy thoughts, wonderful thoughts, into thoughts.
Like, I want to be a doctor and a lawyer. I want to be a ballerina. I want to be,
I want to be
a brain surgeon. To like, I want to be a video vixen, and I want to, go to the strip club, and I want to do some things. Like, when did that happen?
Reality TV. I believe that it started with reality TV for the simple fact that reality TV ushered in an era of people wanting attention, where anybody who, Yeah, where anybody who auditioned for these shows got famous. And not even that, but just some of the rap videos where you see women scantily clad. Well, now the fashion trend is wearing nothing at all, leaving nothing to the imagination, walking out the house in a sheer dress where everyone can see your me oh my's underneath, and no one is leaving anything to the imagination. And it's not just the little skinny chicks that are doing it, but the 500-pound chicks are doing it too.
Right.
500-pound chicks even wearing bikinis now. A bikini.
So Izzy said it's because of social media and TV.
Okay. So okay, now again that follows suit. I actually agree with CB. I think reality TV is probably what started it, but the interweb, as me and my boy call it, the internet and social media, and all that took it and put the shit in the hyperdrive. There's no other way.
Actually, it was Uncle Murder.
Excuse me.
He's the one that started the whole thought thing.
No, we're not necessarily talking about the word or the definition. We're just talking about when
people
young ladies
started
decided to
doing
go
it.
from wanting to do something quote unquote respectable to thinking that being internet famous whore and showing everything is acceptable. It's not about the term. The term is one thing because it's funny.
Right.
Now, for those that don't know, does somebody want to explain
What a thought is?
Yeah, what's the definition of thought, George?
That hole over there is what a thought.
All right, I will give you the complete.
That is what that's an anagram for a thought. That's what it is.
I like the way
That
she
hole
said it.
over there.
She said it scientifically. That
no.
We gonna hear it right from the horse's mouth.
That's hilarious.
Let's go to Leicester tonight, man. Yeah, I want to rap some.
This is where it came from. This was the first use.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to think. Oh, I guess. I said the girls look so good, but their minds is not ready. I said the girls look so good, but their minds is not ready. Goddamn, I used to like you. That pussy was tight too. Can't believe I almost wiped you. Found out you was a tattoo. What you gotta be a thot for? What you gotta be a thot for?
Okay.
And you will see a lot more. What you gotta be a thot for? Yeah. Before I took her out, I didn't know who she was. She know all them niggas popping bottles in the club. Ain't wanna believe it, I was in denial. Ain't had no good box like that in a while. Was damn near paying all the bills. I'm just keeping it all the way real. You know I'm telling the truth, I'm sipping that Henny. She ain't call me murder, let her call me Lenny. Wifey material, she not it. Can't believe I had my kids around that bitch. Gotta do better, should've knew better. Now I got a bunch of bras like you have The girls look so good, but their minds is not ready.
Wow.
And you know, and
So
that's
there you have it. He's the one
Yes.
that coined the term thought.
Yeah,
And that's what what he's rapping about.
and that's what they have aspired to be right now here today. A good example would be the Miami rapper Sukihana and Sexy Red. I don't know if you guys have heard her Sexy Red song Pound Town. Oh my god.
Ugh.
And
keep saying.
Sukihana, they went to the VMAs, and Sukihana just, I guess, felt that it was cool to crawl on all fours and start twerking on the red carpet in front of the world and embarrassing her. But people don't realize when you see these women doing this, especially women of color, it's an embarrassment
That part.
to us.
Terrible. And then, of course, you're going to have kids. And these kids are going to see these videos at some point because they're going to Google their mom. Oh, mommy, let me see what you did. Because they're so happy that their mom is some celebrity. And then all of a sudden you come across your mom on fours on a red carpet.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Or worse.
Young Miami, same thing. She had her son at a strip club making it rain, and all these grown-ass women popping ass and all this stuff in his face. I think they get so caught up in the hype.
Right.
everybody at that, you don't think about being 20 years older or 15 or whatever. You just don't. When you're 25, you have no idea that one day you're going to slow down at 45 and go, oh God, I can't believe I did that. And it's sad because
Right.
all that's going to come to think about it. I don't care what y'all say about the family. I mean, I'm always talking about it, but one day Northwest is going to see her mama getting blasted by Ray J, and that ain't her daddy. The shit's going to come up, and she's going to have questions, just like Pamela Lee, just like all of these people. Here's what I'm going to
But
say.
they all, you know, they all add to it and make it what we see today. Look at Megan Thee Stallion.
Right. And the thing is,
She had a whole song called "Hot Shit."
Right. So CB said it earlier when she was kind of talking about the kids and showing everything and leaving nothing to the imagination. Let me just take a moment to be serious and speak for grown men. As men, as any kind of man, if you show it, we're gonna look. If you give us access, you damn right. It doesn't mean we're going to take you seriously, and it doesn't mean we're going to give you our last name or we're going to dedicate our life and health and all that to you. Understand that. Why do you think the majority of these people do not have, they're not Mrs. John Smith or Joe Jameson or whoever, because they're going to keep on being that pseudonym. Because it's that creative. They ain't creating shit. Your parents and God created what you got. You're using it, and that's fine. I'm not holding that against you. The problem is it ain't special. I want you to know. I'm going to keep looking. It's not special. I say it all the time. I talk about people online. Listen, they're called attention whores. I don't care if they're famous or not. If you have to be on there all day, every day, you're an attention whore.
Right.
And again, you might be getting paid in compliments and DMs. You're still hoeing for something. So as much as I love looking at Ashanti and Ashley Graham and all kind, I'm gonna look at all of them. But you know what? I would be like, nope, I'm not signing that deal because that they have such a high bar of stimulus now that they're not going to be satisfied with just a quote unquote normal life. It's not. Yeah, hey, Izzy, facts on that. You're making OnlyFans. You're making a bunch of nobodies rich because they're showing. Look, they're doing what we like anyway. You're showing us your goodies, and people will pay. You pay the other porn sites. We used to do it in Playboy and all kind of stuff. Now it's OnlyFans again. Is it illegal? No. Is it wrong?
No, it's not. I got a feet page on there. I get money.
That's fine. And you know what? But like I said. I love you. We done been a lot of places, sis. We're going to go a lot more places. I don't really give a shit about that. Like I said, that's fine. Because there are people that have that fetish. Do you. I hope it makes you $1 million. But, listen, I put it like this. As long as I see your feet and I don't see your toe, if I ever see your toe, you know what I'm talking about? I'm kicking your ass.
No, not ever. You'll never see that. Not ever.
I'm not knocking people's hustle. I'm just saying there's repercussions for everything.
Of course.
I don't think people think about it. I don't think people think about it. And you know what? You do what you have to do, but it's and again, it's so classless. It's tacky and class.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And that's just to, when did classless become okay? Because
when the first time somebody made $1 million,
acceptable.
The first time a woman made $1 million doing it, they said, everybody else said, you know what? I don't really have any other talent that can make me this kind of money, and they sold out. It's nothing more than a sellout. Here, let me ask you guys this, and I'm if your daughter came to you and said right now, I will have $1 million next week, Mom, but I got to show my teddies, or I got to show more. What if she said she's not asking your permission? She's making you aware. She said there may be some pushback. I have to make you aware. What do you do?
No, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. I say that all the time. I would be filthy rich if I had to do the kind of shit that I was proposed from the age of like 21 come forward. It's just, but I can't. I can't sell myself like that. I just can't.
My thing is,
some people have integrity. Some people have it all for themselves, and some people just don't give a shit. They're just looking at the opportunity, like, you know what, shit, the money's good, I'm getting it.
Well, you can.
Well, my thing is, if you can live with the consequences, do you? if you can live with those consequences, and some people can and some people can't, as evidenced by the rise in unalivedness going on right now, where people unaliving themselves because they couldn't hack the pressure, or they got famous and didn't realize everything that comes along with being famous, and they weren't ready for it. So if you can handle those consequences, if you can handle the backlash, if you can handle what comes along with that decision.
So let me tell you something. Some people just don't have that, mama. They don't even have the what if. They're just looking at it like from the money standpoint, like I'm gonna make some money doing this. And that's all they look at. Like they don't even think about a backlash until the backlash happens.
Oh yeah, they don't. They don't. But the question was, if my daughter came to me and asked or told me that that's what she's planning to do, that was what my response would be to her.
Right. You know, exactly. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Is that something you can live with?
Mm-hmm.
Because shit, I don't care. You bringing in $1 million? Can you live with that shit? Okay, then let's go. You're gonna do it anyway, with or without me.
Because the thing is, even though we're mothers, and even though I'm her mother, she's still an adult. And at the end of the day, an adult is going to do what an adult is going to do.
Yeah. George, what you got? You got something over there.
His damn TikTok cracks me up. His damn TikTok cracks me up.
Go for it. You might as well bring it up.
So it says, so the TikTok says, the next time you see a thought, do the thought walk.
Okay. Okay. George over there be doing research, y'all. Look, it is what it is. We gotta love him. We gotta love him. He breaks up the videos. Sometimes we don't know what the hell we gonna get. It's all good.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Roger, you're speaking, sweetheart. We can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, you done muted yourself, my brother.
Mute.
Microphone can't unplug. Alcohol got too deep. Something.
No, that's you on wine. No, that's you on wine. See, here's the thing: we all have a certain alcohol that has a certain effect, so we have to be mindful about that. When these two clowns up top drink wine excessively, we have to chaperone them.
No.
Don't drink.
Yep, these two clowns up top. Yep.
Hey! Be careful who you call a clown. Let me see. I don't know how to put you on top.
Yeah, find a lot. Listen, we got too many videos, Mimi. Sorry, we got too many videos. Like I said,
hey,
you go through half a bottle in about the first hour. Here we go.
I know. It's almost done.
Don't make me break out. I will go and dig up the video of you on the couch. You grab the microphone set. So anyway.
It's probably not far away.
Well, it's my birthday.
You know what? Next month, birthday, we can be around each other.
She forgot what she was gonna say. Like 10 minutes.
Don't be calling shit. That's because we were mixing all kinds of things.
Why you bring up old shit? Just
you can look. My birthday is an exception to all rules when it comes to drinking. Okay.
Shit, every day they ends in wine.
Speaking of your birthday, George, do you want to do the honors of telling everybody what we will be doing for Mimi's birthday?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be at maybe I'll be there. Maybe
we're gonna be in Kansas City.
You're gonna be there,
and we're gonna be doing a fright night costume party.
Kind of depends.
We're gonna be giving away prize for best costumes, first, second, and third place, in conjunction with another little organization.
But if you come dressed like Megan Thee Stallion, we'll let you win. Less is more.
So just stay tuned. There'll be more to come. There'll be more information to come, and yeah, it's gonna be good times.
Yes. KC, baby, let's go. Whoop, whoop.
Listen.
Yeah, because when we do Vegas again, we got to make sure that Crystal brings 2 irons, all types of shit.
No, we gonna do like we did last time. We gonna call y'all from where we at and be like, hope.
No, what I'll do is go to the salon before I come. Then I'm all ready.
Whatever.
So
anyway, yeah.
This will happen on Friday, October 28th.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be broadcasting live.
Yay.
Costume party, yeah.
I'm excited.
Yep. Halloween.
Homicidal maniac. They look like everybody else.
Halloween.
They do. We're all going to be homicidal maniacs in CB and the Boys t-shirts.
Well, now you gave away the surprise. Nah, we wearing. Yeah, they wearing CB and the Boys tube tops and thongs. Like I said, this is our subject today. Less is more. They wearing G-strings. George is gonna break out his sequins, and I'm going to laugh.
You're gonna be a pimp. I can see it.
I've got the outfit. Don't worry about it.
With the cane and the hat and the pointy shoes and all that stuff.
I have a picture I'm gonna show y'all. You're gonna laugh your ass off because I've done it.
With the big afro.
Yeah, all the above. 100%.
Love it. I absolutely love it.
I've done it before.
Yes.
So yeah, that's how we got popping.
Okay, so we drifted from the topic, so that's it. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, y'all ain't we talking whole shit, so ain't everybody want to act like they don't know. Y'all don't know shit talking about whole shit. Don't play. We know everybody done something strange for some change. CB was talking about wacky play earlier, and sippy. He love you a long time.
Oral sex is not sippy or anything like that.
Sucky. He love you long time.
I'm just saying.
So brother, too boo cool.
I was talking about oral sex. What we were talking about is people just walking around naked. I mean, pretty much that's what it is. And that's the style. That's the trend.
You know what's the crazy thing? That there is no more pulling, like talk. Well, you know what? You'll get your ass
Hold the
cursed
phone.
out.
Hold the phone. Izzy, hit me. What you got? Shout at. Izzy said Izzy got a question
related to the topic. Let's go, puppy.
All right.
What you got? Hit me, fam.
Look, that is one of my homeboys at the pool hall here in Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Q. So FYI, Izzy is that's one of my boys. That's one of my boys.
Is she still a thought if she does OnlyFans for income but doesn't sleep with any men? Yeah, good question.
No, because then she's a businesswoman.
Good question.
She's a businesswoman. She's just in the what do they call it? The sex business, without having the sex part. But she's in the.
But you know what? I still wouldn't do that shit though. I'm sorry.
But that's
because I've thought about stuff like that. Like, I've thought about women doing stuff like that, going, if they're not out there like that, but they're doing all this sex stuff, all these sexy pictures and putting shit out there and got all these old men sending them money, these farts. It's like,
so
I still wouldn't ever consider doing something like that. Oh, you would, Crystal.
Hypothetically, hypothetically. Hypothetically, someone did, and it was an interesting experience for that person if that person did it, but the backlash after that, not backlash from other people, just in your own mind wondering, were they filming you while you were on your camera? Because there's a way people can do that.
Of course.
They can film you while you're doing it and you don't know it. And so it makes you wonder if your photos are out there or your videos out there on the dark web. That's
hypothetically, it ain't no problem.
Hypothetically plays with a person's mind.
I mean, are you a sex worker if you don't have sex? That still is. Listen, here. If I'm going to be like technical, no, you're not a hoe. You're not a thought. You're not a technically now sex worker. Depends on the definition. But are you? I would say no. The problem with
are you saying a sex worker like a porn star?
No, a sex worker is anybody that works in the sex industry.
industry.
That means technically you could be behind the scenes filming. You could be
They
the
consider
PA.
strippers to be sex workers.
But the thing I will say is, no, you're not a whore because you're not having sex for money, but you're in the industry, and perception is reality. So it doesn't matter what you do or don't do. It's what people perceive that you do. So you're
Right.
still going to be labeled. Now, if it was like the old days when it was discreet, and you could have a business card, make a phone call, do your thing privately, but it's not like that anymore. Everything is wide open. So you have to worry about being labeled, even if it's unjustly labeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, technically, no, you haven't done anything remotely close to having sex physically, but you're a sex worker. It's like they call blowjobs and everything else oral sex. It's like, okay, it's all under one big umbrella. Sex is
Because that's what it is. Oral means mouth, and that's
Yeah.
what you use when you do oral sex.
But if you take the word sex, what does it mean? Does it mean intercourse, or does it mean penetration, or does it mean? So we're going by definition alone.
But
I
if you penetrate, it would be with your tongue. So I guess you can't get someone pregnant with your tongue.
All right.
Mimi, don't act like you ain't tried to get somebody pregnant with your tongue. Sit your ass down and drink your fucking wine. Don't be getting all uppity on me, shit. Girl,
Dude, there's no tongue babies walking around.
wine glass with the goddamn Bible. Shit. See, it's always the worst ones that get uncomfortable.
I'm just saying. He needed a timeout. My bad. He was you can't go ranting on Mimi, honey. You can't rant on Mimi. She got a little remote control over here.
Fuck with me if you want to. Fuck with me if you want to. Fuck with me if you want to. I'm a bitch. I'll tell the truth and shame the devil.
Whatever.
See, Izzy? See how they be? See how they get? See how they get? See how they do me? Right there.
God, I
Right
love
there.
it. Yes.
That's how you know you people listen. That's why
That's
you love
love.
your people. You know they ain't shit, but you still love them. It's cool.
Ish or love.
It is.
That's a good point. I think the whole cameras and video has given people not a second chance, because we talk about it all the time.
Mhm.
If some of the shit we did from high school to college came to light,
I'd be embarrassed. Oh my God, because I did some dumb shit as a kid. Well, actually, I do dumb shit now. Never mind.
That's love,
Hey.
Izzy. That's so much love over in this square over
Izzy,
here.
that's paramount. That's paramount to suicide, baby. I know where all these fuckers live. I'll find it. Yeah, I'm that one. I got the time. And I travel too.
Cheers to that one.
I'm bringing alcohol and my Pootie Tang belt when I come kick ass. Don't worry about it.
Like, I'm gonna beat you up and hit this drink.
Izzy,
Quick. Yeah, take a
Izzy, this is what happens when we drink on the show.
You ought to see us. You ought to see us in person.
Woo!
Right.
That's all right. Get that Pootie. Oh. Hey,
What is a pootie?
Oh,
huh? Pootie. I said, yeah, Pootie. Well, I'm talking Pootie Tang. You talking about Pootie Tat, and that's two totally different Pooties.
No,
But
you said get that pootie.
yeah, you ain't never seen Pootie Tang, so just stop.
I have seen Pootie Tang. It's a
Then
funny
you should
movie.
know where that damn line comes from.
I don't.
George. Exactly. If you knew who Dirty D was, you would know where that line came from.
I knew who Dirty D was. He's the one who didn't shower and stuff, and he was real dusty and stuff.
So when that scene where he said, "Get that Pootie," come, okay, you know what? You're making me sad. You're making me sad, movie critic. You're making me sad.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's
That's
going over your head.
That's such a great scene, even though people are like, "What? Pootie Tang is the shit." Anyway, so yeah,
Side-eye tag.
there you go. Anyway, look, I got 2 girls. I think everybody on here has got, at least has got a daughter. So my thought is this: if my kid came to me and said that's what she was going to do, obviously I can't stop it. So all I would try to do would be, as much as I didn't like it, I would try to guide her in a way that, look, don't let it destroy you, and just be prepared. Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, like, you have to be really open and prepared to deal with that, because it's just like anything else. Are you going to turn your back if your child tells you that they're gay? Are you going to turn your back on them if they tell you they're a felon? Are you going to turn your back on them if they tell you that they want to do something like this? No. But you have to figure out a way to live and deal with it. I'm glad none of us are public officials, but, that being said, it would be tough. But I think my kids know how I feel about, like, the people, the women that are supposedly influencing, and I get into this fight all the time in my house about people like Beyonce and other people like that. I don't think anyone should worship another person per se. If you go, that's my girl.
Down Beyonce.
Fuck Beyonce. Fuck her and the folks she wrote in on. Hey, and guess what? Fuck Bob Barker too while we at it. Listen, I don't nobody.
That old man ain't did nothing to you.
But listen, see, here's the thing. So this is a great point. This is a great point. Okay, real talk. Let me tell I don't know any things you've ever fucking done. That's great. Okay. CB, just because I'm fucking listen, you would fit in well in my family because I've got some Beyonce loving people here. But let me tell you how I ended the Beyonce dispute in my house. Because my wife seems to think I hate Beyonce. I do not. I just don't think she's like the be all and end all, the beehive and all that old Gandhi shit. That means nothing to me. Like, I'm not going to ride for anybody like that. But here's what I told my wife when she thought I hated Beyonce. I said, babe, let me tell you, I don't hate Beyonce. I said, like all men, I would love to watch her on stage dance.
No, George.
You fucked up. See,
George,
as usual, your timing sucks. You
Crystal, that was her. Look at her looking
George
guilty.
fucked up, so he's in timeout now.
No, I think it was Crystal did it. I'm trying to bring you back, George. Oh my God. This is too much, y'all.
Hi. Hey.
Look, it wasn't me. But you know what?
Crystal stinking ass.
I know how to fix it. I know how to fix it.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna revoke everybody's privileges.
See, you see what you did, Crystal?
And then you'll just be here. What a bunch of dicks. See, as usual, George's timing couldn't be worse.
It wasn't me.
That is Crystal. Every time she put her hand down, Crystal. It's Crystal.
She mad. She mad because nobody gives a shit that Beyonce don't run my house. Look, I said it. I like seeing her. I like her on stage. I don't give a shit if I never hear another word she says. If she walks around naked, that's fine. I don't fucking want to hear her. I don't hate her though. I just don't care what she's saying.
Right.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
And that's okay. That's to be respected because there's a lot of artists that people think that, should be like.
My thing is, look, it's people that feel like that about Cardi. They feel like that about Meg. They feel like that about Nicki. All of these women do what they do. I got no beef with that. But if you sit there and go, oh, yeah, put it like this, I wouldn't want to be like this with her. I don't care.
Oh, a lot. I'm glad I'm still Mimi Acosta, honey. She gonna be there.
Nobody cares.
Really?
Hey, be quiet. Just shh. For love, baby. For love. Shh. For love. For love.
Oh my gosh. So guys, we have a couple of minutes left to our show. So I don't know what else we got to talk about. But I'm truly good. We had a great night.
Your ass ain't been through a bottle.
No, I still got a little bit left. It's a little bit. It's a little.
Look, next week's segment is gonna be dedicated to Mimi, because Mimi got some shit she needs to get off of her nipple or chest. And so next week, the topic is dedicated to Miss Acosta, because she done went through a bottle of fucking wine and she talking shit about the post office. So I just need y'all to know, Mimi bringing heat, and she taking it to the head without a straw, like shit serious.
Yeah, our topic next week is going to be really good, a really good one. So something you guys should definitely look forward to. So join us next week for sure.
So what is it?
We're going to talk about the reverse role when dealing with your adult parents.
Huh?
Let me see.
Huh?
Yeah, dealing with your
I would
adult
hope
parents.
they're adults, but
Rut roll.
Yes, we're gonna talk about toxic ass parents. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
And what that does to like the kids, like
for sure.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's gonna be interesting.
How do you know if parents are toxic?
Shit. What? Okay.
How you
so
know,
yeah.
George?
not
How you
know?
know if somebody you meet is toxic and you wouldn't date her? What are the red flags?
What are the red flags?
You know red flags, even if you overlook them. You know red flags. All right, then. See, you can always tell when George get quiet. He's like, "Oh shit, that's close
Scratching
to home."
everywhere.
And something in my life that happened personally. Fuck that.
Anywho.
If
So yeah,
she's
parental
scratching her
toxicity.
eyes, you
Okay.
definitely don't want to date her.
Next week is gonna be hot. So you guys please come back. So hey, look, my name is Mimi Acosta, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining us on CB and the Boy.
Hey, it's been real. It's been fun. Hey, Izzy, love you. Kiss my ass though.
Yes, love you, Izzy. Thank you for coming through.
Now, me and you.
And Trey, thank you for coming through.
Thanks for kicking it, fam. Love y'all, man.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
Lots of it.
Lack thereof. All right. Thank you, everyone. And thank you to all of our fans and listeners that joined us tonight. We really appreciate your love and support. Thank you for listening and rocking with us tonight. You've been listening to CB and the Boys. We come to you every Wednesday as your midweek motivator, offering you music, motivation, conversation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. And also, side note, the song that was played was not a music break. So just throwing that out there. Anyway, don't forget to like us and subscribe in order for us to bring you more. We want to do more, so we need you to like us and subscribe. And it could also get you some goodies too, because we're going to randomly start picking people to give you some CB and the Boys merch, so you don't want to miss out on that. So like us and subscribe, and we will see you next week when our topic is toxic parents. So everybody, enjoy the rest of your work day, your work week, and don't forget to check out our website, cbandtheboys.org, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Hey, listen, I just need y'all to see that we got our OnlyFans page coming. Yo, after that, it's gonna be horrible. After that, shit. But listen, I need y'all to start, lubridermin and cocoa butter in them kneecaps up.
Look, and that should need to start with the four of us right here. The 4 kneecaps.
Hey, listen. Hey, I'm a pretty good athlete, but sports has.
Join us next week when we play. Whose kneecap is who? That's the kneecap. See you next week.
CB and the Boys have left the building.